Alright, welcome back to another Helltaker video on the second dates. My mind blanked. What are we doing? Right, we're... Oh my god, okay. we're recording, right, let's go. Let's go straight in. I'm joined by Kai again. Dude, yeah, why does that happen to me? Like, I'll just be like sitting here and I'll know exactly what I'm doing, and out of the blue it's like, oh, it's all gone. I'm like, what am I doing? You know?
I have no idea.
Sound like early signs of Alzheimer's or something?
Don't ask me.
I'm asking you, actually. It would be the perfect person to ask.
Why are you asking me? I don't have Alzheimer's.
Yeah, but you're in the age range for it.
No, go fuck yourself.
Alright, fine. Taker, I have a task for you. Yes?
Ooh.
Would you mind checking in on ZDRADA? She hasn't come to meals recently. I'm worried she might be on another of her legendary benders. Assuming she's conscious, is there any messages you'd like me to deliver? Lucifer sniffs. Unlucky for me, I aspire to be a president who cares about my constitutes. What? Constituents? Constituents. Oh, okay.
Constituents means like personnel or colleagues.
Oh, okay. Just make sure she doesn't need any medical assistance. That should suffice. I'll get on that then. Departing, you make your way behind the house, heading for the run-down old trailer ZDRADA calls home. As you close in on your destination, a strange sound makes you pause. Its pattern somewhat familiar. Is that poetry? Overtaken by curiosity, you quietly nudge open the door and peer inside the trailer. The interior, like usual, looks like it has recently been hit by a tornado. Clothes, bottles, and overflowing ashtrays speckle every surface of the living space, tossed aside in wild, abandoned, and forgotten about just as quickly. It's actually pretty nice art. As the epicenter of the storm, ZDRADA kneels over a table, muttering cryptic verses to a small object you can't quite make out. Politely, you cough. Quickly, throwing a cloth over whatever is on the table, ZDRADA whirls around. Whoa there, cowboy. I wasn't expecting you to come calling. Isn't it polite to knock on a lady's door? Thought I'd drop by. You've been suspiciously absent from meals. Is everything alright? Alright. Yeah, I'm fucking peachy. What's it to you? Something's got her agitated. She's not normally this high-strung. You realize that you aren't going to get any further pressing the issue. You're going to have to take another tact. You're going to take another tact if you want her to lower her guard. Better change the topic, and quick. Ooh.
What? Oh, have you apologized to Melina yet? Say those are some interesting piercings. I would go with the apology.
She could get pretty pissed off at you and just kick you out right away like that, you know?
Yeah, but it's story progression.
Yeah, but doesn't that seem a little early to ask? Just saying.
No, it's not too early to ask.
I mean, if you just compliment her too, it could be easier.
Yeah, but like if you compliment her, then that could be the end of the road.
Either way, I don't...
She really messed up. She really messed up with Melina.
Yeah, but it made it seem like at the end of Melina's side that she wanted to, like, kind of fix that herself. Don't you think?
No.
What? Alright, fine. Have you made things right with Melina yet? What the hell for? She's been extra sour ever since you and Justice crashed her date at the karaoke bar. You might want to take some time out of your day to apologize to her. Listen here, bub. Believe it or not, everything I do to Melina, I do for her own good. Like, how can you consider constant harassment to be good for Melina? Sis is willfully naive to the way of the world. She thinks she can just coat by on cheap booze and retro games. We ain't living in the past anymore, but she still refuses to see it. Be that as it may, the two of you fighting puts a strain on the whole house. Ugh, whatever you say, Dad. I can either be your father or your daddy. You get to choose which one. Oh my. That reminds me of a favor I've been asking to ask. You mind taking me out on a supply run? Depends. What are you looking for? Girly stuff. You wouldn't get it. I shop for the house at large. You'd be surprised with some of the things I come home with. Foiled, ZDRADA sighs in frustration. Listen, I ain't about to explain it all to you, but I do need something really, really badly. So we can beat around the bush all day tweaking at each other's titties, or you can grow a pair and take your gal out to stock up on some necessities. Over vocabulary. Besides, I've got some leverage that'll make it worth your while. Leverage? ZDRADA smirks and withdraws a small flat rock from her pocket. What I've got right here is gonna revolutionize the way you chuckle fuck mortals trip. It's a sigil. I've spent all month working on it. This little baby is a mimetic psychosis inducer. Yeah. It doesn't even need skin-to-skin contact to work. Just one peep at it and you'll fall off on the trip of a lifetime. He said he's seen it. Taker said he's seen it. He described it. But it's just a rock, right?
Just yeah.
It's not just a rock, dipshit. It's fucking art. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to weave the essence of ooze into a sigil and not attract the attention of that delusional fucker? That's absurd, even by our standards. How can a piece of art do something like that? Before you can finish your question, ZDRADA brandishes the stone, flashing you the scarlet sigil etched into its surface before you have a chance to react. The sigil glows faintly with an unnatural illumination, burning itself into your retinas. Its peculiar shape, vaguely resembling an inverted house and covered with Egyptian-style marketing, twists and distorts before your eyes. Well, that wasn't so bad. Oh shit. You know, you've never really noticed before how finely textured those in ZDRADA's trailers are. You run one finger down the nearest surface, relishing the feeling of the lumpy, uneven material. Idly, you wonder whether ZDRADA's even considered selling tickets for people to feel this incredible wall. Oh jeez. ZDRADA, well, you've always been gutter ticket. Wall have not? What? There's no response from the empty expanse of air you just addressed. Confused, you continue staring at it, trying to remember the basic principles of object permanence. A hand takes your wrists, and you find yourself being pulled in a direction that reminds you vaguely of strawberries. Faintly, a voice cuts through the smog and reality closes in around you. Alright, big guy, let's get you out of the car, shall we? Time's a-wasting. Yes, that sounds nice. Almost like blossoming tulips drifting upon a sea of penguins. Their fair petals bristled by the winds of mountain yore. Vaguely, you can feel yourself placed into a cushioned seat, and straps firmly securing you in place. Bizarre, confusing stories play out before your eyes. 6 brightly colored robots wearing disturbing tribal masks windmill their arms frantically at smaller pillbug-shaped androids. What? What?
You see that little spiral multicolored thing in the background?
Yeah.
That is a fucking, what is it? God, what they call them? Basically, during Windows XP, you had a Windows Media Player, and there was a special little thing that you could do to create a visualization. There we go. And that's it. That's one of the visualizations.
Oh, well, all right. I don't remember much of that. That was like, what, 1878, so I can't say.
Fuck you. Have computers in 1878, you fucking kick.
I mean, I'm sure they did. I mean, if you used a computer when you were a kid, obviously they had computers back then.
No, whatever.
A young woman cries from inside in school locker, surrounded by insects rippling with concentric motions. 4 stoner friends dodge a military draft to travel around the country in a brief colored van. 1,000 tales. Some strange, others strangely familiar, bombarded your senses, melding together into an unintelligible morass of abstract fiction. Faint voices emerge from the swirling vision, sounds in an almost unrecognizable dialect, straining your ears. You can just barely make out the words. The first part of this date was like wild. This was like 200% fucking weird. As we're just describing everything in Taker's view, and he's like out of it pretty much. He's tripping.
Tripping balls.
Yeah. It's the Easer on Ound. What? Oh god. It's German. It's us. What? With enormous effort, you pull yourself back into reality. You struggle to take your bearings as reality rises around you. Judging by your rosy pink color of the sky, you've been unconscious for quite some time. The car is parked behind a large gray facility, and the warm air streaming in through the open windows smells vaguely of farm animals. With the grace of an Olympic diver, ZDRADA dives through the open window of your car, landing in the contorted mess in the driver's seat. Panting, she rights herself. You notice she's clutching a thick, odd-smelling bag to her chest. Noticing your attention, she quickly stows it away out of sight under her seat. With a sharp... Oh, shit, that was a gunshot. With a sharp crack, as something blurs past the window and snaps the side view mirror off its axle. It dangles forlornly by the single stalwart. This is a ZDRADA thing. It's still using these words. Stalwart cable as ZDRADA swears and twists the key in the ignition. Shit, they have guns. Pedal to the fucking metal. Go, go, go. Wait, who's shooting at us? ZDRADA, what did you do? The time for us to play catch up. We'll have to drive. Like a bat out of hell, the car roars out of the parking lot, leaving your unknown assailants to clamber into their own vehicle and peel out after you. ZDRADA cackles and floors the accelerator, reaching out through the driver's seat to flip your pursuers a consolatory bird. Oh, they flipped them off. She tripped them. She flipped them off. I'm having trouble talking. Later, bitches. Your poor car does its best to outrun the vehicles pursuing it, but top speed is not one of its strengths. Despite your initial lead, the car in your rearview mirror starts to creep closer and closer. Son of a... They're gaining on us! Her eyes shining with excitement, ZDRADA makes a complicated gesture. Fire springs into her palm, a blazing sphere of the size of an apple. As you watch, the fire begins to condense, glowing ever brighter. I haven't been in a decent scrap in ages. It's been a long time since I've been able to return fire. Something about the way she says that sets your teeth on edge. The fire further compacts, glittering with an almost painful brightness. Despite its small size, you can feel the heart coming off of it in waves. Hold it.
The heart, yes. Because heart comes off of fire.
I'm gonna stay with heart. Heat. You wrap her free hand. You wrap her free hand with one of your own, smothering the miniature star. Hey, what gives? I don't care if we're being chased by the Mafia. You are not about to unleash fire magic in my car. We're going to lose them a different way instead. Take the next right. ZDRADA makes the turn so sharply, two of the car wheels briefly lose contact with the pavement. Alright, where to next? Oh, ye of little collateral damage. Take a left at the end of the road, and then take another. There's an alleyway that should be just narrow enough for the car. ZDRADA's breakneck driving style pays off when your car slips into the alleyway only a dozen seconds before your pursuers roar past. None the wiser. The two of you let out a sigh of relief as you feel the adrenaline rush gradually recede. Nice one, Taker. I thought you'd be a drooling mess for most of this. I'm surprised you're even lucid. You're even lucid given your exposure to my sigil. Lucid? Oh, the second wave hasn't hit yet. Well, hold on tight, big guy. Your part in this whole operation begins soon. My part? What do you mean by... Wait, what second wave? What the the second wave, eh?
Oh boy.
Your mouth goes slack as the cosmos unfolds before you, and as the ZDRADA guns the accelerator and sends the two of you careening down the alleyway, you lapse back into delirium. Stars, galaxies, and nebula blow past you at impossible speeds, shooting into the blackness of space and stars, leaving only a faint point of light behind. 1,000 motes of starlight twinkles out at you from the darkness, faintly illuminating a massive field, dotted with animals at either end. At the end nearest to you, a blood-spattered nanny goat paws at the ground, snorting a challenge. A dragon, a fox, a python, and an enormous mantis stand at the other end of the star-studded field, bearing fangs, horns, and mandibles at the upstart goat. What the fuck's happening?
I think that this is a vision.
I feel like it's saying something, but I'm not getting it.
Well, the goat probably has to be him. The fucking Windows XP visualization again.
Bleeding defiantly at its 4 opponents, the goat lowers its head and charges, the 5 being clashed with an almighty eruption of sounds and flames, the impact merging with the cries of fighting animals. Twisted and broken, the fox limps away from the melee, quickly followed by an enormous snake, leaving the mantis and bull still locked in combat by the tenacious doe.
Yo.
How many... okay. How many orders of chicken nuggets?
Chicken nugget?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. You are the man. We'll take your entire stock tonight. We eat like kings. You blink. The vision gradually receding as reality snaps back into focus around you. Grinning anthropomorphic animals leering at you from the walls, and a familiar boar face looks back at you from across a grimy counter. Oh, it's Abby again.
Sir? It's Abby again.
Are you alright? The massive, mastidated snake is still superimposed upon your sight. Its endless, listless coils and tatters ravaged by some terrible attack. Marble... What the hell's... He's not high anymore. Why is it... Okay. Marble white bones poke through the flesh and the fleece... Flensed? Flensed?
Flensed.
Oh, okay. Flensed body wrapped.
Like
wrapped throughout the restaurant. The flat triangular head of the great serpent rests upon the cheap plastic counter, its flat eyes glazing at you with a mixture of curiosity and empathy. Slowly, the snake shifts its gaze from you to an obnoxious ZDRADA and flicks the air lazily with a long, thrice forked tongue. You know, for a Helltaker game, I thought it would be easier to read. Not gonna lie.
Were your thoughts wrong?
Hey, hurry up and hand over the dough. We can't be here for long, remember? Only half listening, you rub your eyes with one hand as you fish out your wallet to pay for the food. As you hand your credit card over the counter to Abby, you make the mistake of gazing into the electric display behind the counter. The garnish-colored commercial, complete with dancing fast food mascots, swells to cover your entire vision, supplementing your reality with its own. Cementing. Oh, jeez. The monster. Oh god, is he getting a third wave now?
Yep.
The monster that looks like a huge purple turd is doing some form of horrific windmill dances with his fingerless borlims. Why does it sound familiar? The monster that looks like a huge purple turd. That's a McDonald's mascot, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. That's Grimace.
Yeah, Grimace. The pigtailed chicken bears a mouthful of very human teeth at you and brandishes a red dripping burger at you. Oh, jeez. Join
Another
us.
McDonald's mascot.
Join us, they seem to say. Join us and become happy. Become one. Hey, step out of it, you lightweight. A single powerful slap brings you back to reality. You and ZDRADA are now enclosed in a large plastic room, suspended high over the dining area. A dark orifice breaches the far curve of the chamber. Thick plastic slopping sharply downwards. Laid out before you is a resplendent meal of fried breaded chicken and various sauces. Wait, why are we in the play place? Shut up and listen carefully to me. Cerebrally, you drip a piece of fried chicken into your sauce and wait for ZDRADA to explain what the hell is going on. I don't know exactly why you are in space and time, but try to focus on here and now. Those people who were chasing us earlier might have called the cops on us. I saw them pulling up outside the restaurant and pulled your drooling ass in here so I could finish my food in peace. That being said, well... ZDRADA gestures grimly at the translucent bubble taking up one wall. Peering down through it, you can see at least a dozen policemen arranged in the dining room beneath you. One of them appeared to be questioning Abby. Nodding to the police officer, Abby points up at the place infrastructure where the two of you are hiding. As the cops begin to close ranks, slowly grouping around the structure, Abby looks up at your bubble and gives a little half-hearted shrug. Attention! Oh god. I think I get arrested.
Maybe, I don't know.
You think the game could just like just have like an ending where what's ZDRADA? Like it just could end right here.
It's a possibility.
Like the second part of this I guess it's still a demo. I could just end right here.
We could if you wanted, but like that would kind of cock block everyone.
No, I meant the game itself end here, not us.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, isn't there like 2 other people that we still have? 3 other people that we still have to do.
Azazel, Justice, Lucy, and Judgment.
To do Justice, and yeah, so there's 4 that we have to do still. So,
well, let's say that like they never finished like those dates, and then this is where it ends.
Like game over, bitch! You chose wrong.
Yeah. Attention, suspects! We have you surrounded. Come out with your hands where we can see them. I reckon we've got about 2 minutes before they get up here and find us. The demoness glares daggers at you. And because someone doesn't approve my usual methods, I'm fresh fucking out of solutions. She rummages around in her shirt. ZDRADA pulls out a familiar sigil-etched stone. You want to take one last hit before they take us into custody? Might make the next few hours a little less insufferable. Wait a minute, you still have that thing? Doy, I spent weeks on it. You think I'd let it out of my sight? I think I may have just an idea. As the officers close in on your bubble, you whisper your plans to ZDRADA. A smile gradually spreads across her face. That's diabolical, Taker. Maybe you aren't such Such a stick in the mud after all. Your preparations concluded, the two of you get into position at the top of the slide. Zadrada sitting on your lap, your hands on your hips, at a nod from you, Zadrada calls down to the floor below. Hey shitlicks, we're coming down the large slide. We don't want any trouble, you hear? You push off and pray that the slide will hold your combined weight. Fortunately, the structure only makes the occasional groan as the two of you coast down to ground level. Zadrada leans back into you and readjusts herself, perhaps a tad too aggressively upon your lap. Oh boy. You ready? Yeah. You place your thumb slightly under the edge of her shirt and brace yourself for arrival. As you emerge from the interior of the slide, the two of you are greeted by a stunningly excessive amount of batons, handcuffs, and tasers, all aimed directly at your face. Hands where I can see them. I hope this works. Zadrada throws her hands to the ceiling, signaling you to do the same. Making sure your fingers are still hooked under your shirt, you raise your arms as well, taking your shirt along with it. Oh boy.
Oh.
Nice. Stunned silence greets the arrival, and peering around Zadrada's slide, you can see every eye in the restaurant staring directly at Zadrada's exposed top. Zadrada's voice, slightly muffled by the clothing pulled over her head, breaks the silence. Did it work? A loud thump answers Zadrada's question, quickly followed by another and then another. Everywhere you look around, officers are falling to the ground as if they were puppets whose strings had just been cut. The police chief looks in confusion from you at Zadrada's chest, trying to make sense of what was going on. But you and I just trying? I don't. Huh? Do you see Snake? Her focus giving out, the police chief crumbles to the ground and the rest of her unit, twitching occasionally. You let out your breath in Zadrada, and let Zadrada's shirt fall back down, once again covering the sigilled stone she'd tucked into her bra less than a minute ago. Hell yeah, that's what I've been talking about. You sure you aren't some kind of evil genius? Last I checked, I'm surprised that worked as well as it did. Oh, ye have little faith. When I bust out of this bod, you'd better believe I get the eyes of everything in the room. Even gloomy tits over there can't stop oogling at me. Oh, excuse me. Still standing stalwartly behind the counter, Abby looks Zadrada up and down with vague interest, which is hands down the most energy you've ever seen her apply to something. Oh, okay. Picking her way over the insensate officers, Zadrada. My god, I can't read. Zadrada saunters up to the young woman. Reaching across the counter, she prods Abby with a pointed nail, as if she's some kind of specimen on display at a museum. Interesting. The sickle must lose its potency at long ranges. Tell me, how are you feeling right now? Like I'm not getting paid enough for this job. Kirk. A burst of radio static sends both you and Zadrada spinning around. A small, heavy-duty field phone strapped to the front of the police chief. I said field. Strapped to the front of the police chief buzzes again. Chief? Have you apprehended the suspects? We have more officers standing by if you need assistance. Ah, shit, we gotta bail. Where's the car? Just out front. Let's move. Abby waves a gloomy goodbye to the two of you as you vault over the convulsing police officers and make your escape out of the front door. Jumping into your car, you solidly drive away. Owls peeled for potential reinforcements. Once you're several blocks away, with no signs of pursuers, you let out a sigh of relief. So, real quick supply run, huh? Well, I didn't anticipate the fuzz getting involved. If that's what you're asking. Still no chance of you telling me what this was. Still no chance of you telling me what this is all about. Zadrada shakes her head, grinning. I'm disappointed. I thought you'd know me better than that. You're just gonna have to deal with staying in the dark on this front. Trust me, though. it's for a good cause. So it's drugs.
Well, I mean, uh, you sampling her personality right now, like, yeah, put it past her that it's some sort of very, very powerful drug or something supernatural that gets people like so blasted, like even more blasted than the fucking sigil.
Yeah, more unlikely. Or to make the sigil much stronger. Or last longer or something.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
Well, she did. Well, she just specified here. I said good cause, not great cause. Besides, don't you think I've already been high as a kite if I had something with a decent kick? Good point. I guess I'll just have to find out the old-fashioned way. Oh, okay. And hey, that took us right to the 30-minute mark again. God damn, these are much longer than the last ones. Alright, the next episode we're going to be doing these 4. Alright, stay tuned to those. Okay?
Alright.
All my social medias...
Cool.
All my social medias are in the description if you want to go check me out there. And yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Yep, toodly doodles.